There's nothing more self. Sorry, I was hearing some people in the back. Hold on one second. I'm recording. I can't hear you. I'm recording. Yeah. Okay. So there's nothing more like feeling like you're doing everything you can to stay healthy, all to realize that one day you might not wake up. And this is just the reality of what I've been seeing. So, are you one of those people who think that you're health conscious, you're doing everything for your health? Are you one of those people who maybe think that the way you're eating is good enough? Well, I'm here to show you that you could be wrong. I'm just going to call you out on that. You could be very wrong. And I was in that space too, where I thought I was eating healthy and I wasn't. I am Avishai L., certified raw food educator and holistic health coach, founder of Eat Stress Away, and Avi, showing the open-minded, empathic, professional, and entrepreneurial woman how to lose weight, how to get rid of stress, how to gain their energy back without dieting and sacrificing their food favorites. So stay with me for the entire video because I'm going to be giving some examples as to how people have been feeling like they've been eating healthy and why so many people are dying because of this mentality that they have. So I'll take you to yesterday. Yesterday, I was in the store and this lady, she was picking up, mayonnaise. She was picking up, what else was she picking up? Some boxed goods, some boxed goods to make a sandwich. And that's how I used to be too, prior to knowing about nutrition. So a lot of times what I'm realizing is that people really trust in these commercials. They really trust in the food manufacturers because you're part of this world like everybody else. And you think, like I said in other videos, that people have your best interest at heart. You see other people, putting mayonnaise on their sandwiches, and you're just thinking that that's the glue that sticks maybe your bologna to the lettuce that sticks it to the bread. And you make a sandwich, right? And that's your nourishment. However, what's missing is a very intricate piece, and is the one main reason why people are actually dying left and right. And so many people are like, well, how did they die? Well, what happened? And they were like, they were so healthy. They just died unexpectedly. There's a reason, and it begins with your nutrition. A lot of times, if you look at the ingredients on mayonnaise, I mean, what if we really take a look at it? What is mayonnaise? Okay. What is soda? What are crackers? What makes it a cracker? We need to really start looking at the ingredients that make what. I know lettuce is lettuce because lettuce is lettuce. Lettuce is organically grown from the ground. It has vitamins and minerals. It has the nutrients that the body needs. It has one ingredient. It's lettuce. I know that's what it is. I just did a post, last week about, little Debbie brownies. Okay. Now, when I think of a brownie, I think of chocolate. I think of something that makes it sweet. I think of ingredients that my body recognizes and loves. However, in a little Debbie's brownie, there are ingredients that the body doesn't recognize that causes you to actually be sick. And it's a lot of chemicals, toxic chemicals, such as, there's, like I said, there's dextrose from sugar. There's high fructose corn syrup in there. There's cottonseed oil. There's a bunch of different ingredients that is like, well, where's the brownie in all of this? And why am I thinking I'm eating a brownie? And that what comes into play with thinking that you're eating a brownie is that your taste buds over the years have been taught that this is what this should taste like. And what ends up happening is because you've been eating foods like this, you think that these artificial foods, not even in quotes, these genetically modified foods, these fake foods, this junk food actually tastes good. In reality, your body is responding positively to the chemicals and the other garbage that it's receiving because that's what it's trained to do. That's what it's used to. However, at the same time, your body is breaking down. And this is why people who eat like this, eventually die because the body is tired of fighting, with these ingredients, with these toxic things that are going inside of it. Eventually, it's going to break down and it will fight you and it will win. We are all of us have some sort of abnormal cells, and if you keep feeding it, like I always say, sugar feeds cancer. If you keep depriving your cells need antioxidants. You keep depriving it, and the foods like the mayonnaise, like the Little Debbie's brownies, have no antioxidants. If we're made up of trillions of cells underneath this fleshly layer, and you're not giving the cells the antioxidants, the flavonoids, the phytochemicals that it needs, what ends up happening? It's almost like taking your breath away. Just think oxygen. You're not giving yourself oxygen. So you're literally taking your breath away each time you go for certain foods. And this is why I do my best to educate to the open-minded person, who wants to wake up to this fact. There's a lot of people preaching that, the fat, carbs, protein kick, and then you have the cheat days because they want to eat a certain way. However, we all have a different predetermined health destiny. We're all not the same. Maybe one person can have a cheesecake on Friday and be fine next week, but maybe you have the cheesecake on Friday and then you're not here anymore. Why? Because you don't have that nutritional foundation, that food label literacy, that learning curve to know that when I'm eating this is what's going to happen to me. Nutrition is the number one, lack of nutritional knowledge is the number one killer. Okay? Obviously, we know there's a lot of other things that kill us, but food is one of the number one killers. Because food is not always food. All food is not equal. Like I gave my story at my webinar that I had Friday. I used to think, oh, well, I'll get a fish fillet because it's fish and it has lettuce on it and it has mayonnaise and there's a bread bun. And it's like, I think I used to count the calories. I was like, it's like 580 calories. It's healthy. That was my mindset. Not thinking that, oh, maybe I should look at the ingredients in this. And I know there's a lot of people who are like, just live a little, don't look at the ingredients. Don't worry about that. But you're not eating real food at the end of the day. What is in that is making it food? What is in that the body can actually process? If you want to lessen your stress, if you want to start losing weight, if you want to eat to continue to have a sustainable long life, then it's time to start looking at your nutrition and taking it seriously. No one's saying you have to give up pizza. No one's saying you have to give up anything that you love, but being open-minded that there are other ways and there are healthier alternatives. For instance, if you like Dippin' Dots ice cream, I used to love Dippin' Dots ice cream when I used to go to Six Flags. I made it at home myself. All it takes is you recognizing that there are other ingredients that can replace the other ones. If you look at ice cream, there's butter, there's sugar, there's other garbage in there that, again, the body doesn't recognize it. If the body can't break it down, if the body doesn't recognize it, eventually it's going to fight you. And like I said, we all have, even though our genetics play a small role, we all have predetermined health destinies. Like I said, stop looking at other people on these YouTubes doing these mukbangs, doing these cheat days and saying, well, they're still alive. I could do it too, because no, you have a different body type. And I always recommend knowing what your blood levels are. And this is why I work with people with their blood levels, because I've been there myself. And I know what nutrients you need, what supplements you might need to support that, because you can't supplement a bad diet, to get you to actually being healthy and at optimal health. There's so many, we've been brainwashed. We've been brainwashed into thinking that M&Ms might be junk food, but they're still food. M&Ms are not food. They're not. Nothing in there makes them a food. Food, if we look at it, food is something that nourishes your body. Okay? None of these foods are nourishing your body. Skittles are not nourishing your body, and they're not good for your mental health. A lot of people, including myself, I used to turn to things like M&Ms and things like Snickers bars to support my mental health. And it didn't. It made it worse. Why? Because it's literally stripping your happiness. Your happiness comes from obviously within, but you also live in your body. So imagine putting stuff in there that's stripping your happiness because you're not giving it the nutrients that support happiness. You're not giving it, flavonoids that get rid of depression. You're not giving it vitamin B complexes. You're not giving it omega 3s and omega 6s. You're not giving it iron. So what are you giving it? What are you giving it? And this is why when people get depressed, they want that sugar. Sugar is not going to help with depression. However, it will increase your dopamine levels. You are supposed to have a certain level of dopamine, but let that increase, and here comes depression. So you're really not helping yourself. In order to eat for health, need that food label literacy. Drop a comment below if you're one of those people who may think you're eating healthy. And let me know what you're eating specifically. Maybe I can help you and see where you can tweak that. Okay, how to change what you're eating and eating for health. My own story, I've seen how I've tried to have like Lenny and Larry cookies when I was down in the dumps, and I was like, I could have Lenny and Larry cookies. After I had that, my liver hurt so bad. And this is also what I want to share. Sometimes you might be, I've had those several times. Sometimes you may think, well, I've had this, and I've had no issues, but eventually your body will say, knock, knock, you need to pay attention to me. And what's the scary thing is a lot of people aren't associating illness with nutrition. It's nutrition. It's what you're putting in your mouth. I mean, think about it. Something you're actually putting in your body. Your digestion begins in the esophagus, something that's, filtering through your body. You're not sick because of it. You just think like there was some fairy that said, you're going to be sick. You're not going to be sick. You're going to be sick. It's what we're putting in our mouths. What we're putting in our mouths causes weight gain. What we're putting in our mouths causes an increase in stress, a decline in our mental health. Everything is due to nutrition. Due to nutrition. So definitely drop a comment below and let me know how I can support you through this process. Let me know if you have any questions and I will answer them down below. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one where I'm sharing my own personal story and giving you some updates. Okay, so have a great day.